Alright, here we are in Moodle once again. So we're going to once again go back to our site home, and what we want is to add a fancy looking video over here. We could also do other things like add pages, lessons, wiki, links, URL. Let's try a URL from here, see if that works just the same. It's going to be fancy at least. Yeah, keep in mind all of your words matter when you're trying to gain some traction to build up your marketing. So there's particular best practices to do that. It's kind of a tool of the trade, you might say. Speaking of which, I'll be investing in some SEO materials very soon. So if you're looking at developing copyright materials, link me up over at Eric Grid. And so let's see how this reacts. Now, simply because WordPress is open source materials, there's one thing to keep in mind is not everything's going to look exactly as if it was designed by one person, because it's not. It usually has a number of editors and contributors developing the code. So there's different ways to do the same thing. So this is a video, not quite what we wanted, but what we can do is add information there, which is always good to know. What else would we want to add? Alright. Similarly, we can always back up. It's not so crucial in Moodle, the software to build a learning platform, but you know, it could be necessary. You might accidentally destroy something, or something devastating, maybe potentially getting hacked. That is always something to look out for. Keeping your security techniques on par, changing your password every month or sooner is always a good way to alleviate that, and having a very difficult password to guess. There's quite a lot of information here, but simply let's add a descriptor on that, which is going to show up right here. Alright, now that shows up at the very front page like we wanted. There we are. Okay, so that's the easy way to do it. Let me fool around and record it and show you. Although there are a lot of interesting settings available, I'm not quite sure what all of them do. Some of it's pretty straightforward. However, assigning these roles we will get to in the future, I'm quite sure. Because it does seem that you can, and this is what seems to me the most lucrative aspect of it, is start someone off as a student in anticipation that they will become maybe a non-editing teacher. This will be a course to train astrologers, so it seems like a fairly brilliant and lucrative prospect ahead of you. And then as soon as those non-editing teachers become teachers and they're bringing in clients themselves, then that's a very cushy point where you just kind of sit back and relax. So this is what I want to get to eventually, but you know, it's going to take a lot of work to get there. But yeah, this is what Moodle will be good for.